week you actually have to check your height sensor on the proper height between the nozzle and the material to make sure that you still are cutting with the right distance between your nozzle and your material. Because this is actually a very important part of your cutting performance. So always check yourself on this offset between your material and your nozzle. How to do that actually is very easy. I'm going to show you in this video how to calibrate your height sensor. As you can see, the two proximity sensors will actually detect your beam over there and will actually send that signal over to your controller. So once one of these sensors is actually detecting that, that will actually stop the motion going further down or actually further up. All what we need to do is manipulate this bracket that holds these two proximity sensors. To slide it up or down, we can actually adjust the distance between your nozzle and your material. So, as you can see, if I lift up my height sensor on my Z-carrots all the way up, and I will actually take this little fishing hook, or I call it a fishing hook, but little string that is attached to the screw here off, and bring the whole height sensor down. I have here 4 bolts that I can adjust physically the bracket with. This bracket has 2 proximity sensors, and the adjustment of this bracket will actually determine where my nozzle, how far offset my nozzle is going to be from my material. If my nozzle is too close to the material, it will actually be that you have to lower this bracket to get the point of reacting on these proximity sensors when it goes down be earlier, and it will actually stop earlier also my nozzle to move down the plate. So by bringing this down, I will increase the distance between my material and my nozzle. And vice versa, of course. If you want to bring it further or closer to the material, you need to bring this bracket up a little bit. All what you do, make sure you put the height sensor off first, and then use a little 5/32 Allen wrench that will loosen up just these 4 bolts, and just enough that you can actually manipulate this, move this little bracket up or down. So as you can see, I move it up right now, and by just holding it in place by one screw that I can tighten manually here, I will actually keep it in place right now. So now I moved it up, which will get my height sensor, actually my nozzle tip, to go closer to the material. You can try your height sensor just by turning the height sensor on, and it will go down till it actually will detect your proximity sensors, and at that point you have your new distance between your material and your nozzle. So grab a 9/64 Allen wrench, and we typically recommend to have the distance between your nozzle and your material between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. So that is typically a 7/64. All what you do is physically the flat side of your Allen wrench, put it on the plate and put it through the brush. So the brush will not detect physically your height difference. Moving it underneath the brush to actually get access to your nozzle, and make sure that you actually lift up your Allen wrench a little bit to feel if there's a big gap, and this is just right in my opinion. It's just very nice, tight. Actually, you can feel that if I rotate my Allen wrench a little bit, that I have almost that it's touching the nozzle. So I'm pretty satisfied with this here. At that point, you have calibrated the height sensor. You can maintain your position back again with this little hook back on place, and by just putting the cover back on like this, and put all your screws back in.